we're gonna get to how the beginning of Resilient Squad started. So we're kind of just diving into
Yeah.
getting to know Edgar and Rosie. And one of the biggest things that you, as you have on your website, resilientsquad.com,
Yeah.
one of the big turning points was a letter. So Rosie wrote a letter to you. So
Yes.
after a night of heavy drinking, you, Edgar, you were in the bathtub and you passed out with the water running.
Right.
So my first question to you is, when does a grown man take a bath?
Bubble bath. No, it was not. It wasn't the bubble bath.
So tell me what happened that night.
I mean, like I said, most of it is a blur. You know, I don't remember much of it, but I do know that it was routine. It was like this thing that happened a lot. Not the bathtub scene, but I mean, you know, I'm used to taking showers every night, regardless of how drunk I am. So I always have to take a shower before I go to bed. So I'm assuming I went to try to take a shower, but somehow I decided to take a bath. I guess it was probably easier, because anyway, she said she found me in there with my clothes on, and I was just laying in there, you know, so like lifeless. So it was shocking to hear when I heard that the next day, obviously. But she said she walked in on me and she heard the water running, so that's what made her get up out of bed and walked in on me and found me there. So almost like underwater, submerged underwater. So, you know, when she told me the next morning, I was just my first thought was like, how did you get me out of there? But because, you know, obviously I weigh like 2-3 times more than you, but yeah, the second thought was just like, man, how did I let it get this far? You know, like I thought, here you are, you think you're in control of something, but I lost total control.
And Rosie, tell me about the letter that you wrote him after that incident.
Oh gosh.
It's okay, Mom.
It still gets to me. I just know that he was such an amazing man when he wasn't drinking. And whenever he would drink, I couldn't rely on him. I didn't like that feeling, and we were always trying to, teach our kids just to be, the best they could be. But yet, it's like, I remember Edgar saying, like, I don't ever want my son to drink or my kids to drink. But yet he was doing that, and it would confuse me. It's like, why are we trying to teach them something yet, we're over here doing that. We're not practicing what we preach. So I wrote him a letter and I said, very detailed. It's like, when you're not drunk, you're this amazing man. You're so reliable, so helpful. But when you're drunk, you're the complete opposite. And I can't, if there's an emergency, with me, you can't take me if I need to go to the hospital. I got very detailed and I said, if things don't change, I'm gonna have to leave with the kids. And I had never, ever threatened divorce or anything. That was the very first time, and the last time I ever had to say that.
What was your reaction when you read that letter?
Well, yeah, it was heartbreaking. I was in shock. My first initial reaction, I think I was upset. I got mad. Like, my first reaction, I was upset. I was like, how is she gonna tell me this? Like, she married me like this. She knew I drink. She knows I smoke. This is my life. This is our life. She chose me. So that was my initial reaction. But obviously I snapped out of it real quick and I said, no, like, she's 100% correct. Like, the reason she wrote that letter is because she loves me so much, and that took a lot from her to write that letter. And I know, and I realize that she wants to help me, and she wants to help us as a family. And so that right there kind of clicked in my head, and I was just like, man, this is real. Like, it just hit me, like, it just got real. I need to do something. I need to change this routine, but how? How am I going to do this? That's the thing I didn't know how I was going to do, but we did have a talk, and I told her, I'm going to try to change, but I can't guarantee anything because I've been doing this for so long. It had been, I don't know, 15 years already, I think. I had been drinking, or 20, I can't remember, but so, like I said, I just decided I'm gonna start doing something about it. So little by little, I started to make changes, but started with starting to work out, try to limit my drinking, control my drinking to the point where I don't get intoxicated. But that wasn't always perfect. So she noticed I was trying, and I was trying to make changes. But like I said, it was like an up and down, like a roller coaster. It was never consistent. So